Hey, good morning. It's Mike Zschunke with Berkshire Hathaway Homes and Shift1Properties in Scottsdale, Arizona. Friday morning market chat live with Mike. What do you want to talk about? I got 12 minutes. We're going to bang this out real quick. Start with residential, go to commercial, go to the economy, and then tell you a little bit about us and why we do what we do if we have time. Single family residential homes inventory up 104 in the multiple listing service. Maricopa County up 111, and in Scottsdale we're up to 1,326 single-family detached homes for sale. That's up 7. So we're getting there. I should note, I think you've heard me say I do a hot sheet every morning, and I do a 4-mile radius of 85259 over by the Ancala Country Club or Desert Mountain High School. There were 19 new listings this morning. That's good. That's real good. So, starting to get people come off the fence here. April is typically the best month to buy or sell. You know, there's the most activity in April, especially here in Scottsdale. People coming out for spring break and holidays. Now we have the Final Four and golf, so it's busy in the community now. So residential, we're still looking at inventory issues. We need to get that number up. Prices are fairly steady. Up 6% since last year. Plenty of buyers here, just still need the inventory. Prices are a function of supply, demand, and interest rates. Interest rates hang out around 7% now. We'll talk more on that later. But mortgage applications were down this week. We're seeing more cash. 33% of home sales are cash. It's the highest we've seen in 10 years. So we're starting to see a spread between the higher end homes and the lower end homes. So people are, what did I see? Jeff Bezos just paid $90 million for a property. Probably paid cash, and then he's going to finance it later for tax purposes. So, but 10% of transactions I read this week with a mortgage fail. So that's why you really need to have somebody look at your offers. It's not always the highest offer you get. You want to know that that person can close the deal. So that's where we come in. Renovation spending up 60% since 2020. I saw the other day Home Depot is now selling. Remember the old Sears catalog? You could buy a house. Home Depot is now selling a 1,000 square foot bungalow you can put on your property for $47,000. So a little crazy, but with Phoenix just passed recently passed a law about building casitas, reducing setbacks and things. They're trying to create more housing. So not a bad idea for Home Depot to offer a $47,000 bungalow you can put in your backyard. We're starting to see more generational properties. I've gotten a few calls this week, actually. People want a big property. They want to build a casita for their parents, aging in place and things like that. Starting to see more families. I love that. I trying to get my parents out here from Connecticut. Mom and Dad, if you're watching. We love it. We love it here. So, people do what they have to do. Construction spending, super tight. Or construction lending, super tight. Banks are just wary of where this market's going to go, the economy overall. So banks have really tightened up on lending on commercial property and spec homes, things like that. So that's really where we need to get our inventory. We just need to build more. They keep building more apartments in Scottsdale, and I just don't see that as the way to go. I don't know. Maybe it is, but they keep building and building. So we love Arizona because of the mountain views and the sunsets and the sunrises. So it is what it is. We attended a super fun breakfast with the chief of police this week, and he was talking about vacant homes. And how do we, without getting political, if you have Scottsdale there's a lot of second homes and vacant homes. If you have a vacant home, make friends with your neighbors. Make sure somebody keeps an eye on that home. You've heard squatters in the news. Arizona has some pretty tough squatting laws. You got to be there for 2 to 10 years, I think. But if you are going back to Wisconsin or Illinois for the summer, make sure somebody keeps an eye on your vacant house. So just wanted to touch base on that. Super cool. We support the police department. Great. Scottsdale's police has a great budget. It was actually a fundraiser breakfast. Real nice. Love those guys. So commercial. Industrial property in Phoenix delivered 10 million square feet in the first quarter, leasing at $1.15 triple net a square foot. I don't think you can build it for that. So it's interesting that investors and big hedge funds, they see the long-term growth of the Phoenix market. They're spending money putting up these big industrial on the outskirts, on the west side, down in Mesa Gateway Airport. That's a hot area. A lot of companies moving to the area still. It's a real business attractive state. And that's, we do a lot of that. Our primary client is the small business owner coming from California, needs a business or a building for his business, some houses for himself and his family and his employees. And we kind of cover all that. So that's where we tend to focus. So we are interested in the small business owner. We support them. We stopped by Murphy's shop this week to pick up some ammo, if I can say that. We support the people that we do business with. And they're going to be moving into that new building on 53rd Avenue in Bell, May 4th. So go check them out. Hopefully, they got a lot to do still, but hopefully. Interesting, we got into that building at $1.15 a square foot. The Kohl's in the same kind of shopping area just came on the market for $1.85 a square foot. So he's automatically got about $3, $4, $5 million equity into his building. His kids are set, and he understands the long-term benefit of owning real estate. So thank you, Murphy, for trusting us. Great working with you. We support you 100%, and we'll do business with you anytime. So go see them. Anyway, what else do we have? The economy. Axios came out with an article, Separate the Signal from the Noise. It's an election year. We had an unemployment number this morning, 3.8%. It was a positive number. A lot of people working. Had some revisions on the past 4 months, so I don't know how much we can believe or really trust in these numbers, but shows that this economy is humming along. 10-year note jumped up to 3.6%. Longer-term bonds selling off a little bit, steepening the yield curve. Again, we're just touching the tips of these. If you have more questions, call us. We'll explain them more. We've got 12 minutes, 4 minutes more to get this out. So this economy is rolling along. Until you get government spending under control, I don't really know who they're giving money to. They're not giving money to me. But there's a lot of spending out there, a lot of consumer spending on credit. Credit is at an all-time high. So it's an election year, so pay attention to what the truth is, where this economy is really going. I know gas again, $4.39 I paid the other day. So we're getting up there again. Chairman Powell says there's a bigger risk in cutting rates too quickly. They're going to hold steady. There was a kind of a big belief that there were going to be 3 rate cuts this year. Now again, these are just Fed fund rate cuts. That kind of sets the tone for everything else. Banks borrow from the Fed. The Fed is here. Lawrence Yun of the NAR, chief economist. I don't always agree with him, but he came out with a good statement this morning. High budget deficits will also hinder interest rates from falling as government borrowing crowds out mortgage funding availability. So the mortgage market, it's tight. Everybody 6 months, a year ago was talking about rate cuts. There's no reason for the Fed to cut rates now. And as we always say, don't listen to all the noise. If you need to buy now and the numbers work for you, buy. If you need to sell now and the numbers work for you, sell. There's a lot of homeowners and small business owners, small retail. We're seeing some deals in small retail, medical offices. Seen a lot of medical offices lately. That's interesting. I don't know if doctors are retiring. But we're seeing a lot of medical offices lately. So this overall economy, it's an election year. Pay attention. Gold is at an all-time high. Oil's an all-time high. A lot of credit's an all-time high. You can't live off debt. So that's why we like real estate. It's a hard asset. 5% historically. It's a great place to park your money. And, we've done well. So it's we like to see others succeed in that too, and that brings us back to who we are, why we do what we do. You know, that's me, and I'm a real person. Give me a call anytime. I'm happy to chat. We believe more in relationships. I'm not a salesman. I'm not in the sales business. I'm in the service business. It's my job to help you get you where you want to be. So it's like a financial advisor more so. We had actually had lunch. I hope you're watching. You know who you are. We had a listing appointment a couple weeks ago. We didn't get the listing, which is fine. You know, everything happens for a reason. But she called and we went and had lunch and had a great conversation. I guarantee 90% of the real estate brokers or agents out there would shut that door. But you never know. Maybe you know somebody, have a cousin that's moving to Arizona. Relationship. We had a great lunch, great conversation. My wife joined us, and that's why we do what we do. We like the relationships. We like helping people. We like getting them, seeing them succeed and get to where they need to be. So what are we coming up here? 10 years in Arizona from Connecticut. So what do you want to see on here? You know, we've got 12 minutes. We bang these out real quick. If you want to go more in depth, give us a call. I'm a real person. Do you want to see, just stick to real estate? Do you want to see residential? Do you want to see commercial? We do a little bit of everything. We need some land in Cave Creek in North Scottsdale. Please, if you have that available, give us a shout. We've got 40 acres coming up in Tonopah. Been putting out a lot of fires this week. You know, a lot of people that got taken. How do I say that? Didn't know what they were buying in the last few years. Give us a call and say, hey, can you get me out of this? So that's a lot of desk time this week. But what do you want to see? Do you want to see things to do in the area? Do you want to see... We love Arizona. Beautiful, sunny 80 degrees again today. And, you know, do you want to see lifestyle? I think you've seen the last few posts the past few days. You know, we're into fitness and we're out in the hills a lot. We just love the Arizona lifestyle, and we like to welcome people into that and help them get where they need to be, buying or selling. So give us a call. 203-733-5877. Happy to help. Thanks for watching. We appreciate it. We'll be here next week. I don't know what we're doing today. We've got to go look at a couple properties this afternoon. To be honest, I'm getting kind of tired of fancy houses. They're all starting to look the same. So that's why we haven't been posting much this week. But we do what we do. Residential, commercial, land, investment properties. If you just have a question, if you want to call and say hello, that's what we're here for. So thanks again for watching. We appreciate it. We'll talk to you soon and have a great day. Bye.